Could the lone wolf Phil Mafah be the number one guy at running back in 2022? Basically, he's been the only one getting, the majority of the reps. I know there is another guy that's getting some reps. I can't think of his name offhand. I'm drawing a blank, but he's not the only one getting the reps. But as far as a scholarship guy that was a highly recruited guy, he is the only one because Will Shipley's out and Kobe Pace has been out. So Phil Mafah, I think this is great for him. The amount of reps he can get, if he can stay healthy and get these amount of reps with the number one team out there, I think it helps his stock and his potential to be able to maybe break his way into the number one spot there, if there is even a true number one spot with a three-headed monster that Clemson's going to have. So Houston, I'll start with you. Is it even worth to talk about? I mean, because of it's probably going to be by rotation, or even with the rotation, could Phil maybe be the lead guy?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that he couldn't be the lead guy. Look, he sounds like he's had a great spring thus far. You're going to get to see a whole lot of him in the spring game, and if he balls out and looks good, yeah, he's got a shot. I mean, look, nothing that he did last year had me really concerned. He's a good running back. Mm-hmm. I think if you're able to get the tempo going and establish your offense more, having a deep running back rotation, no matter who the starters are, if you have three high caliber running backs that are, two sophomores and a redshirt sophomore, Pace, Mafah, and Shipley, that's hard to stop. Pair that with whatever you're able to improve on your receiving and passing game. That's great. So any news about Phil Mafah is good news, no matter who's the starter, whether it's him or whoever else.
Yeah, I've learned to never say never. But no, I do not think he's going to be the number one running back. And that's not a knock on Phil Mafah at all. If you listen to this show, I love what I saw from him last year. I just think Will Shipley and Kobe Pace are that good, to be quite honest. And I think they're the more every down backs that Clemson likes to use. Is where Mafah seems to be more of the bowling ball. You want to come in there in short yardage situations, even though I think he can be that every down running back. I think right now the more prototypical guys are Pace and Shipley, and they're just that good. But it's certainly good for him to get those reps. I mean, obviously he's one of those running backs of the future as well. So it's a good thing that he's going to be able to get this and have this time and be able to show what he can do for sure. But pending some kind of injury or something like that, or a sustained injury, I think Pace and Shipley are going to be the 1-2 guys, quote unquote.
Andrew gets in over on YouTube, says Dominique Thomas is, I think, who I was thinking about. And Dabo Swinney's been raving about him as well. Somebody that's going to be under the radar, obviously not talked about as much as, the highly recruited guys. But sometimes those are your best types of players, your scrappy ones that want to get out there and prove what they can do. And he's getting some opportunities to do that as well. So I look forward to seeing what can happen. Obviously, I want to get the running backs healthy because you got to have that rotation. I think, really that's kind of the world of college and NFL football right now, is to have the rotation. You don't really have that superstar like when we were growing up that just like took over games and took all the snaps. Nowadays, you kind of share snaps, and I think it'll be good for Clemson to have that. Kind of in the same way we talked about the rotation on defensive tackle and defensive end. Obviously, there's not as many players in the running back room, but there's only one football. And that was what really hurt Clemson in recruiting, is because there's only one football. So when you have a three-headed monster, or almost the four horsemen, will throw in Keith Adams, maybe the five horsemen will throw in Thomas there. So when you have that, it's hard to get another five-star guy, because they're like, whoa, man, your room's kind of full. Even though Dabo likes to say that if you're a true five-star player, you don't care if the running back room is full.